Hi, everybody. So I want to tell you about a quick update. Or I don't even know if I told you guys about it. Maybe I was just telling my brother and talking with others, my neighbors. But anyway, so July 3rd, I went and paid my rent with my property manager, right? Right across, about a block over or whatever. And I go in to pay it. And she goes, "Oh, by the way, Casey, do you know that you have credit on your account?" I said, "No, how much?" And she goes, $18.03. I was like, "Oh, cool. Then I'll just subtract that for the next month, right? Which would be coming up." Well, no, it would have been for July. Wait a minute. No, it was June. Sorry, I got my days wrong. It was June 3rd. I went in and paid it, and we had this conversation. And then, um, so anyway, um, 2 weeks go by, and there's a thing on her door. I seen some guy out the window. He's going around with all these envelopes, and I'm like thinking, I don't recognize that guy. And trying to find it here. It's a, it was a new envelope, and it's a new property manager. Um, and then it shows our records show, and it shows my rent, and then it shows a deposit of $500. And I'm like thinking, no, that's not right. And then I'm like thinking, well, wait a minute. So I asked the guy, I said, well, before he left, I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he goes, "I don't know the whole story, but I think we're taking over." I was like, "Oh, well, that's weird." So I tried calling my property manager that, that I've just, you know, 2 weeks ago paid the rent. Well, the last actually couple of years. And I go, "Well, I'm trying to call them, and the answer machine's cut off. It's full. It's not taking answers. No one's answering." So I sent them an email, and I still haven't received a response back. So I decided to call the new property manager, and I'm talking to the lady about that does the accounting and stuff. She goes, "Oh, you're the first one to contact us." And I go, "Well, I just got it on my door." And I said, and so I read off what they have written. I said, "I have $2,000 on my deposit." I said, "When this new property manager took over from another property manager, because I've been here for like 10 years, I said, they made me pay $1,500 more of a deposit to be able to live here. And plus, made me sign up for a year lease. Since when I've been month to month, ever since I've been month to month for like 7 years. That's just how it started out until they come and they made me sign up for a year. Then they made me give them $1,500 more." So as I'm explaining this to her, and she goes, "Well, not unless you have proof or records of that." She goes, "But they're not giving us any records." I go, "Why?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know the whole story, but something happened about their booking, and there was money being stolen. So if you got proof of you giving them the money, then you're going to have to supply the proof." I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" So I was sitting here thinking after that, it's like, okay, let me try to find the proof. And so after I hung up with her, I was like, "Oh, they have a portal." So I went on to the other property manager's portal, and I downloaded the last two uh, agreements, the contract that you sign up for an apartment. So that's what I did. And on the first one that I signed, the year one, it shows my $2,000 deposit. I have a $2,000 deposit. So I proved that I do have it. So somehow the owner is going to have to come up with that or whatever at that time. And then I found out from the neighbors because they're suspicious as well. Like, what the heck's going on? And they had told me, the guy that told me, it's like, well, there's two ladies being investigated. The accountants, one's been has was under had two indictments, and um, for missing money. Oh God, I can't remember. They said it was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the property management that did this, they're a family-owned business, right? So I didn't know that. Yeah, I kind of sensed it, but I didn't really know that the maintenance man and the accountants and all of them, they're all relatives. It's like a family business. And so anyway, I looked online at the records, the county records, and it shows her and another girl, the accountants, were being indicted. Well, then today, interesting thing, it was about 3:30. No, it wasn't. It was after 4. So I'm going to say about 4:45 because my neighbor's home from work at that time. And I was getting ready to go do my afternoon walk. And there was all these cop cars, a fire engine, and everything just across the street. Some truck had almost went into the house. He was up on their grass and everything, and just inches from. And it's a brick house too, and all the cops are surrounding, and everything. It was a big ordeal. And then my neighbor was out, and he was lurking, and I was watching. And I didn't video it or anything. No one really videoed it, except for one guy. He came across the street from McDonald's. He's all, "Ugh." But us, we didn't video. We were just too busy looking to see what's going on, try to figure it out. But we had a conversation. He goes, "Did you hear?" I go, "Hear what?" He goes, we're talking. Talking about the property manager. He goes, Angela, she had like 7 indictments total so far. So 7 indictments, right? And she didn't want to go to jail. And so apparently, or whatever, I don't know what the whole deal was. I just heard bits and pieces goes, but do you know she committed suicide? And I go, what? He goes, yeah. As soon as she got up to 7 indictments, she told him that she wasn't going to jail. There's no way she's going to jail. And I guess she killed herself. Now, or offed herself. I don't know how to say that. So Facebook or YouTube or whatever, strict. So it says Angela, and I'll leave her last name out of it. It's actually the name of the property management over here. Accused of absconding with rent money, dies. She actually died on the 16th, and this is the local paper. And let's see here. It also says the property manager whom local homeowners accused of absconding with their rent money passed herself Wednesday night, July 16th. Linn County Sheriff Officer Duncan confirmed the death. And then there's another article down here that's connected to Facebook. It says the family confirms she did destroy herself. Now, see, this is interesting because there's her sister. Well, I think they're cousins. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's another family member that's being indicted with her. So let's hope that she doesn't do it. Because either way, I think that she did it so she can get out of it. But since it's a family-owned business, that family-owned business, all those members, they're all, they're all going to someone's going to take responsibility at that company. And so now does it all go down onto the other one, which is kind of scary. I don't know, but I don't know. It's kind of freak. It just kind of blew me away. That happening just on this, a week ago. When was that? Today's the 28th. And so probably 10, 12 days ago. Come on, my calendar. Get my calendar. Come up. Won't come up. And download some more pictures. Oh, the image on my neck is pretty fabulous. I don't know. Wonder what it look like in this light. But there's like this big image that goes around. It's pretty interesting. Okay, the 16th. Yeah, it was 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 days ago. That was pretty good. Anyway, that's sad. I mean, I don't know what to say, but yikes. I don't know what I'd do, but, well, I know what I'd do. I wouldn't have done it. You know, but I also think that possibly there could have been some type of, perhaps an addiction. And I say that because to be able to do that to yourself, to end that part, to end everything, when things could be worked out. Sure, they were going to pretty much put her in jail, but I mean, how long of jail time? If this is possibly her first offense too, she'd probably get like 10 years or whatever. I don't know. People are different though. Different excuses. Mm-hmm. Funny. Kind of looks like a skeleton. But anyway, I got some pretty cool images coming out of my eyes and stuff. Can't really see in this lighting though. It's 9/11. Yikes.